alcohol. And I told her, you know what, honey, if you laid off the coke, maybe you could have a fucking cheeseburger once in a while. I dated this other girl. And if you're in a new relationship, you know, girls, if you're in a new relationship with a guy, you're going to talk about your ex-boyfriend, I want you to raise the bar a little bit, okay? Say nice stuff about the guy, okay? Say, you know what, my ex-boyfriend is like cool, you know what I mean? We just couldn't communicate, you know what I mean? We just couldn't communicate, see eye to eye, so he's cool. Don't say stuff like she did. Don't say stuff like, you know what, my ex-boyfriend was such a jerk, I hated him. He used to beat me, he used to cheat on me, he used to do a lot of drugs, going home hours of the night, such a fucking asshole, I hated him. Because all I'm thinking at that point is, so all I gotta do is not beat you and I'm doing better than this guy. And then I married her. And that's a true story. I married her. Yes, I have a philosophy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I know what we're moving about. I have a philosophy. I keep the girls insecure so I can stay secure. But no, I don't think like that. You look fat, honey. What? No, what I do is, we got married and we had a baby, right? Well, I showed up in the RV, we did the thing, and then she had the baby, right? And it was like, you know, and I was like, oh my God, you know, like I'm freaking out, you know, because like, look at me, do I look like I can handle a child, right? You know? Like my wife is insecure because this is the best she could do. This is the best she could do. You understand? The best. She searched all of Alcoholics Anonymous and thought, him! He's hot! Look like Charlie Brown on crack. I look at the size of my head. King Kong can use me as band roll-on. It's all sweaty up here. Sucks. So we go to the children's hospital and I'm trying to like figure out what the sex of the baby is, right? And I'm trying to play it off like I don't care if it's a boy or girl. I don't care. Just whatever whatever God's will is. I'm gonna do that. So we go there and they get the ultrasound. Wow, 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 wow. And it's that loud because it's that intense for me. It's like, wow, 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 wow. And she's like, you want to know what the baby is? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do, because I got to know what the hell I'm going to be dealing with for the rest of my life. I need a head start on this shit. Wow, 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 wow. And she, wow, 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 wow. It's a girl. And I was like, fuck. No, I pulled a hamstring, I'm fine. Oh God. I am sorry, ex-girlfriends. Jeez, please, come on. And at that moment, I felt like I was at a fancy restaurant and my credit card had been declined. Because what I wanted to say to the girl was, can you run it again, please? My wife and I were talking, and she said, you know what, Johnny, I thought I worked through all my steps until I tried to name my daughter. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I was thinking Lynette. Then I was like, Lynette, she wouldn't let me sit with her at lunch in 3rd grade. And I'm like, did I sleep with the Lynette? And she's like, did I sleep with the Lynette? So we went with Ellie, so it's pretty safe. Ellie, she's just crazy, poops and throws up all the time. All the time. His diaper is repeat, there's no rinse, it just does that all the time. When you get the baby, he's like, what the hell do I do with this? You gotta, wait, nurse, where are you going? Wait a minute. You're gonna well, take it home. Take it home. Do what? What are we gonna do? You breastfeed. I can't do that. I know I look like I can. We had to save money. We had to cut back on our expenses, so we cut back cable, right? First world problems. Well, what are we going to cut back on the cable? You know what I mean? Yeah. Had to do that. You have to get dial up. You know? I got 4 minutes cable, I got like 40 channels, right? And so HBO was running free HBO all weekend long. And I got really excited about this because if you're white trash and you're like me, you live on East Side Fresno, when they have a free cable thing going on, you want to plug your cable box on that Friday. And then you plug it back in on Monday, and then you have like HBO for like 6 months for free. And that did not go to the plan at all. I had one channel from HBO with HBO and Espanol. I don't know if you guys ever seen Empire Strikes Back. You ever seen that shit in Spanish? It is hilarious. It's like, Lucas. Vámonos. Chihuahua! Hijo de la chingada in my fucking arm, ay, ay, ay. Mucho caliente. Lucas, soy tu padre. Soy tu padre. ¿Por qué, papi? No. Lucas, mi hijo, siéntete. Now, if you're white, you don't speak Spanish, you live in Fresno, then you need to move. But if you don't, but I was in Empire Strikes Back, and I was playing Darth Vader, and I go, it said Luke, I was like, Luke, and then he's like, what? And I was like, let's fight, and we fought, and then I cut off his arm, he's like, fuck, that hurt, it's burning, and then I go, look, I'm your dad, and he's like, no fucking way, and then I said, come here, son, and sit on my lap. That's what I said. That's what I tell in Spanish, this shit is hilarious. You guys ready for your next comic right now, huh? Make some noise. This comedian, I've actually been in 3 comedy competitions with him, and every time he's on the roster, I'm like, fuck, and he beats me every single time.